Subject-verb agreement is a fundamental rule in English grammar. It's one of those essential building blocks that helps us construct clear and coherent sentences. Without it, our writing and speech can become confusing and difficult to understand. It sounds complicated, but it's really quite simple. Once you get the hang of it, you'll see that it's just a matter of matching the subject and the verb correctly. It just means the verb in a sentence must agree with its subject in number. This means if the subject is singular, the verb must also be singular, and if the subject is plural, the verb must be plural too. In simpler terms, if you have a singular subject, you need a singular verb. For example, the cat runs. Here, cat is singular, so runs is also singular. If you have a plural subject, you need a plural verb. For instance, the cats run. In this case, cats is plural, so run is also plural. See, grammar can be fun. When you understand these rules, it becomes easier to write and speak correctly. Plus, it can be quite satisfying to see everything fall into place. Getting your subjects and verbs to agree makes your sentences clear and easy to understand. It ensures that your message is conveyed accurately and effectively. It's like making sure all the pieces of a puzzle fit together. When each piece is in its correct place, the picture becomes clear and complete. Similarly, when your subjects and verbs agree, your sentences make perfect sense. Let's start with the basics. Singular subjects take singular verbs. For example, the dog barks. Dog is a singular subject, so it needs the singular verb barks. Plural subjects take plural verbs. For example, the dogs bark. Dogs is plural, so it needs the plural verb bark. Easy, right? Remember, adding an s to a noun often makes it plural, while adding an s to a verb often makes it singular. Keep that in mind and you're already halfway there. Now let's look at some trickier situations. These are the kinds of scenarios that can trip up even the most seasoned writers and speakers. Sometimes the subject isn't always obvious. It can be hidden within a complex sentence structure or masked by other words. For example, collective nouns like family or team can be singular or plural depending on the context. This can be particularly confusing because the same word can imply different meanings. If you're talking about the group as a whole, use a singular verb. For instance, the team is winning the game focuses on the team as a single entity. If you're talking about the individual members, use a plural verb. For example, the team are arguing among themselves, highlights the actions of individual members. Compound subjects, which are two or more subjects joined by and usually take a plural verb. This rule is straightforward but can have exceptions. For example, John and Mary walk to school. Here both John and Mary are individual subjects performing the action together. However, if the compound subject is treated as a single unit, use a singular verb. This is where it gets a bit tricky. For example, peanut butter and jelly is my favorite sandwich. In this case, peanut butter and jelly are considered one item, not two separate entities. Understanding these nuances can greatly improve your writing and speaking skills. It helps in making your communication clear and precise. Practice identifying the subject in different sentences and decide whether it should be singular or plural. This will make you more confident in your grammar usage. Remember, the key to mastering tricky subjects and compound conundrums is practice and attention to detail. Keep practicing, and soon these rules will become second nature. Section 4. Common mistakes and how to dodge them. One common mistake is confusing the subject with the object of a preposition. Remember, the verb agrees with the subject, not the object of the preposition. For example, the cat with the stripes is playful. The subject is cat, not stripes, so the verb is. Another common mistake is using the wrong verb tense with indefinite pronouns like everyone or somebody. These pronouns are always singular and require a singular verb. For example, everyone is here. Section 5. Practice makes perfect. Let's test your knowledge. This section is all about honing your skills and ensuring you understand the basics of grammar. Fill in the blanks with the correct verb form. This exercise will help you practice subject-verb agreement, a fundamental aspect of English grammar. 1. The birds sings in the morning. Think about whether the subject is singular or plural. 2. My brother and I walks to school. Remember, when the subject is a compound subject joined by and, it is considered plural. 3. The team practices every day. Here the subject team is a collective noun. Consider whether it acts as a single unit or individuals. 4. Everyone are invited to the party. Everyone is an indefinite pronoun and is always singular. 5. The books on the shelf belongs to me. Here, books is a plural noun, so choose the verb form accordingly. Answers: 1. Sing 2. Walk 3. Practices 4. Is 5 belong. These answers reflect the correct subject-verb agreement. See, you're a grammar whiz in the making. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. Keep these rules in mind and you'll be mastering subject-verb agreement in no time. Consistent practice is key to becoming proficient in grammar. Now go out there and write with confidence. With these skills, you'll be able to communicate more effectively and clearly in your writing.